Price of creativity is criticism. Now, sometimes I criticize, so I have to receive criticism back. But for any creative person out there, whether you do art, whether you do music, whether you do videos, whether you do writings, any creative person in any platform, once you put your face or name or signature on something, know that you are going to get some pushback. And the pushback will usually come from someone with an invisible profile. They have no face on, they have no content, they have no signature. You don't know who they are. They're this person behind the wall. And they want to tell you that you're right or wrong. Now, if you criticize and you have your own content out there, you have your own face out there, etc., then, that's a little bit of back and forth that maybe you should accept, or maybe you should, at least listen a little bit more intently. But for somebody who's completely invisible and all they are is some, black dot, or, whatever colored dot, and they don't have any content to say, this is my voice, this is what I'm adding to society, take that shit with a grain of salt, keep it moving. Stay creative. Stay creative. Paint, do music, do videos, do whatever you want, because uncreative people or people who don't add something to society will sit there and tell you what you're doing and the reason you're doing it, and I don't do that. They want to break down yourself, and they aren't adding anything. At least if you criticize and you have content out there, you know what I mean? You have maybe some type of right because you're engaged in life. But if you aren't engaged in life, if you don't have your signature on this world, if you aren't making a dent in the universe, I'll keep that shit moving. Because I take it with a grain of salt, because you haven't really done the work of your own life, and I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. I believe that everyone has something to add in their own way with their own gifts. But when someone hides under a rock, I'm not going to, the weight I put behind, I take that shit with a grain of salt, keep that shit moving. Because, you know what I mean? All they're doing is putting up a roadblock for someone else adding something. If you disagree or if you have something, then that's good. But then, you know what I mean? Show that by your engagement in life, not by you sitting eating popcorn, telling somebody else, if you have content, if you have something out there, if you have a painting out there, if you have a song out there, and then you want to criticize someone else, or if you want to say, I agree with this, I don't, that's your right. But if you have nothing out there in the world, you haven't added one piece of, product of your being into say, this is what I have to add, then, you know what I mean? All you're doing is sitting there, you're a comment criticizer. You can criticize via comments, but you don't have content. And I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm not talking about Facebook. I am talking about life, real life, putting yourself out there. It's a parallel world with social media. So in one sense, I am talking about that. I want to be clear. I'm not dodging that. But everything for me, is about applying it to real life. In addition, because all social media is a reflection of your real life. You know what I mean? It's, unless you're doing a song and dance show, and there's people out there doing it, and that's why sometimes I criticize. But for me, presenting real life, my real life, this isn't like some orchestrated thing. And so, you know what I mean? If somebody else isn't presenting their own real life and isn't presenting something else of content, of substance, keep it moving. And this goes for any creative person out there. You make a mental note. Part of creativity is you have to accept a level of criticism, and that's okay. And sometimes someone has valid criticism. So accept that. Don't be prideful. But for the people that hide behind an invisible profile, whether it's on a social media platform or in life, because there's plenty of people that hide in life, listen to them. If they have something that can refine you, accept it. Don't be prideful, but take it with a grain of salt and keep it moving. That's how you go forward in life. That's how you stay creative. And that's how you continue to add to your life and to, the world that you're in, to the society, to whatever else it is. But you have to be willing to accept that. I'll finish on this. I remember I met this artist. She had this art studio. She was just starting out. She's painting beautiful things. I thought they were beautiful. But she couldn't get past, she wouldn't share them with the world because she wouldn't really open up her gallery. She wouldn't advertise it because she didn't want to hear the criticism. And she would ask me, what do I think about this painting? And I thought they were beautiful. But even when she asked me, I know no matter how beautiful I told her these paintings were, she wouldn't accept it as truth because she herself didn't believe in her own paintings. And that's part of the message in this video. I want you to believe in yourself enough to put your creative work, whatever it is for you, whatever your gift is, to put it out there and let people criticize. And usually the people that criticize don't put any creative work out into the world. All they put out is destruction and negative comments. Make a mental note, man. Mental note. Stay creative, stay inspired, stay yourself, and push forward. Take the criticism with a grain of salt. Stay inspired, man.